Hey, what's going on, people? How y'all doing out there? It's your boy Kelvin. We're behind the bench. Hope everyone doing well out there in social media world. I'll give a shout out to the other guys in the group, JB, Shad, and Jermaine, and hope everyone's blessed. All right, I'm gonna start a little mini series where I talk about players that I feel either should be in the Hall of Fame or shouldn't, and it's gonna be some current players, gonna be some past players. I'm just gonna speak on it, just give my opinion. Okay, the first guy I'm gonna talk about is Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is a guy called the Human Yo-Yo. Guys who know me, that's a little nickname I gave him. I like Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's had a very good career. Of course, he plays for the Warriors, been part of their dynasty, and he's been a very big contributor to the dynasty. But with that said, I'm going to repeat this and I'm going to reiterate this. Just because you were a key contributor to a winning team or a dynasty, that does not necessarily mean that you're a Hall of Famer. That's just my opinion. My standards are higher. I believe a Hall of Famer must have greatness for a sustained period of time. And you really need to be special. Okay. Klay Thompson, to me, is a special shooter. He's one of the great catch and shoot guys. He's one of the great streak shooters of all time. But I do not believe that Klay Thompson is a special overall basketball player. He's a special shooter, which is one skill, which is a big skill because the object of the game is to shoot and score. That's a very important skill. But other than that, nothing else he does on the court is special. You can't put Klay Thompson on a team and he be a number one option and he lead them to a championship. He doesn't have that skill set. A lot of his open looks is because of the attention that Steph Curry draws. Steph Curry is special. When they had Kevin Durant, special. Those guys are special talent. Those guys are Hall of Fame talent. Klay Thompson is a very good player, a very important contributor, but overall, he's not a special player. He can't create his own shot off the dribble. He can't post up. He doesn't facilitate and make players around him better. For a few years, he was a solid defensive player at the two guard position. But other than that, it was nothing special about him. Now, yes, we all know about the spike games that he has that are very impressive. But along with the spike games, he has a lot of games where he's down, where he'll shoot 4 for 15, 6 for 21, he gets a lot of pass because Steph Curry's been the guy on the team and he draws a lot of attention. He gets a lot of the praise or the criticism. But if you look at Klay Thompson, he has a lot of down games. He's very inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? At times. Now, he will hit a big shot. He has some, big shot he's made. You have to give him credit for that. But I don't believe he's a special overall basketball player. I just don't believe that. Some people may agree. A lot of people are going to disagree because he's part of this dynasty. But it's just my opinion. I think Hall of Fame, I think sustained greatness and special. Kobe was special. Michael Jordan was special. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kareem, those guys were special. Klay Thompson, no. This whole moniker with him, Game 6 Klay, where he's had a couple great Game 6s. Really only one really notable, iconic Game 6. The Game 6 in OKC in 2016 where he dropped 41 points, hit 11 threes. That was an iconic playoff moment. That's going to be remembered. But this whole Game 6 Klay, What's the other game? Game 6 against the Raptors in 2019. They lost that game when he got hurt. And then 2018 against the Rockets, he had a pretty good game 6. I think he had 35 points, which is really good. But what other game 6 is really iconic that he get this nickname from? Let me read you off his resume. Of course, he's a 4-time champion, 5-time All-Star, a 2-time All-NBA player, and a 1-time All-Defensive player in 2019. That's it. And the All-Rookie team. That's it. Never led the league in steals, no Defensive Player of the Years, no MVPs, no assist titles. I mean, what are we talking about? Let's look at his career numbers. 19.8, that's rounded up to 20 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. But he's a Hall of Famer? Why? Because he scored 60 points in a regular season game where he took only 12 dribbles? Or he scored 37 points one game and a quarter? Or he hit 14 threes against Chicago Bulls one game? Like, our standards got to be a little bit higher, people. They compare him to Reggie Miller. No. Reggie Miller, you had to watch him play. Reggie Miller has all-time classic, iconic playoff moments. And Reggie Miller was the undisputed best player on his team, and he led his team to the playoffs damn near every year he's with the Pacers. He was the best player on the team. And he led them to the finals in 2000. And, of course, they lost to the Lakers, Shaq and Kobe, but there's no comparison. People compare him to Ray Allen. Ray Allen was a much better player, especially in his younger days. Ray Allen could create off the dribble. Ray Allen was very athletic. Ray Allen was averaging over 25 points a game with Seattle and Milwaukee. Much better player. And then when Ray Allen was older with the Celtics, he hit a lot of big-time clutch shots in the playoffs. Of course, we know about the great clutch shot he made in Miami. So, Klay Thompson, it's no disrespect to him. I like Klay, but he is what he is. He's a human yo-yo. We go goo gaga about his spike games that he had, but we don't talk about the lows that he had. It's unfortunate he had the injuries that he had, and he lost 2 years of his career. And you give him a lot of credit for battling back and being tough and coming back, and being a contributor to a championship team. But Klay Thompson has had a very good career. He's a very good player. But Klay Thompson, overall, other than his shooting, what else is he special at on the basketball court? Nothing. Let's just keep it a buck. Great, all-time great streak shooter with a couple spike playoff moments, a couple spike moments in the regular season. He's been a key contributor. He's had a very good career. But Klay Thompson should not be talked about going to the Hall of Fame. Our standards need to be higher, people. The Hall of Fame should be for special players. Klay Thompson is not special other than his shooting. He's a special streak shooter, catch and shoot guy. Other than that, there's nothing else about him that's special. And there's no diss. I like Klay, but the nickname is appropriate. He is the human yo-yo. And we should not be talking about him being in the Hall of Fame just because he was a contributor to a dynasty. That's just my opinion. Some people are going to disagree. That's fine. But it is what it is. That's my time. My name is Kelvin. This is Behind the Bench, and I'm out.